What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl, Leah Elaine, and I'm here with Gramn at their new single release party for their brand new song, Problems. Guys, it's so nice to be here with you all.
Nice to meet you.
How does this moment feel?
Exciting. Exciting. It's been a long time since we released, and it's exciting. I'm happy to see all our peoples and make release some new music into the world. I think new chapter for Grammy, so I'm excited.
Amazing. And just touching on that, it's been 3 years since you last released. What makes now the right moment to come back and drop new music? James?
I think one of the things about the music industry, right, is that it's always telling you have to do more. And so when we first started the project, we did 3 EPs in like a year and a half or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it just felt like the goal was to just make as much stuff as we could as quickly as we could. And then I think with this, we just gave ourselves permission to do the project that we wanted to do, take as long as we wanted, and it was ready when it was ready. And so in a way, I suppose, this is a response to how we that first 18 months. So maybe this is the slow cook rather than the fast food, I guess. Yeah.
Slow's always better. Always better. So how did Problems come together?
So actually, it was an idea that was written in a studio up in Stoke Newington, which we used to share with Nao and Rowan, a few people from back in the day, and we used to rent a studio there a long time ago when we were writing the songs for the Minimum EP, which is the second EP. And so Problems was a set of chords that came out then, but it just didn't fit with what we were doing then.
Right.
And it just sat around, and it always felt like a good tune, but it just didn't feel right for that moment. And then when we were reviewing stuff for this project, this is the only song that is from way back. So this is from 2019.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was one of the first things that we conceptualized.
Okay.
It's not the first time it's happened with Gramn,
Right.
where we've had an old song that's crept into a newer project. But yeah, this one we just revisited it and we were like,
It's actually a gem.
it's quite a
Yeah,
gem,
got to dust it off.
Exactly.
It's a good song.
And we didn't really have any words at that point, did we? We had no lyrics really, and we kind of got a melody, a basic melody down. And James is really good at capturing my. Catching me when I'm in deep thought.
Right.
And a lot of the songs obviously are about very specific moments in my life. And James kind of sat down and was like, well, how are you feeling about this particular issue? What the issue was that I was having some problems.
As we do. We all have our problems.
And I
We
didn't
do.
want them.
Yeah.
And James captured me at a time when it was really relevant to me, which meant that when we did revisit the beat, we got the most authentic version of that story out, which is don't gaslight me and don't give me no problems.
I hear that. So given that this song came about a few years ago, but you're obviously releasing it now, how would you say Problems reflects where you are creatively in the present?
It's a good question. Well, firstly, the most basic message of the song, which is don't pull wool over my eyes. Don't tell me that I'm not seeing what I'm seeing, which I think a lot of people are experiencing right now with the current state of the world. And James has always kind of reminded me that it's an artist's job to be critical of the environment that they're in and kind of take part somewhat in the discourse without being the discourse. So Problems is quite interesting in that respect because it's I'm saying to you, I see the issue, I don't want the problem, but also in me telling you this, it's me telling you I'm part of the discourse, but I'm not taking part.
Right.
I'm not the discourse.
Understood.
That makes any sense.
And I think just touching on that, Aux, you are not only a phenomenal singer, but you are an incredible songwriter, and you're clearly very passionate and you feel a lot of things and you put that to paper. How do you take what you're going through and write that down and create a song like Problems?
Well, I will say that it's not just me.
Right.
like I said, James captures me, and James actually did an interview. So he sits down and we pick the subject and he talks to me about it and he records it, and then he kind of like pulls things that I've said out, like that end up being lyrics. And so it was like a collaborative process. And James is a wordsmith, and he's very good at. Sometimes I'm not actually always the best at articulating myself, so I feel like James is the flowers and the branches. He's a tree, but he grows from the roots that I lay.
Amazing.
And obviously we don't do it by ourselves. There's another
yes,
one of us,
Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny, big up Johnny. You're not here today, but big up Johnny.
Big up Johnny T. And Johnny is also really good at creating the music and creating the sounds that James says, oh, I want it to feel like this. And Johnny's good at making a feeling, a sound. And so I feel like as a singer, obviously I'm like the translator. So if you don't get the notes, you get the words. But for those who get the notes, that's Johnny and James. So I feel like all together, does that make sense? Like all together we become one writer.
You're all literally, you all work together and you all support one another in the ways that you do. You all listen to each other, and where one may be like this, another one kind of fills in order to create the product, i.e. the song, Problems. So given this new record, what is it that you want fans to take away from this song and also effectively this comeback?
I would say, I feel like the message of the song is like believe in yourself. Like I think Evan's touched on something where you can listen to Problems on a personal level, whereby you're like, yeah, a lot of us experience relationships, whether that's with a partner or maybe a boss, where they're like trying to force their view of reality on you, and you're like, that just doesn't line up with my experience. But like Ev said, I think we can also experience that on a social level. So I think there's that message from the tune. And then I think there's also just the thing that I hope that people get, which is like, people in Britain are still making really good soul music.
Yeah. And
that like soul music can still be about something. It doesn't have to be like, you know, just sort of like, it can be about something. Do you know what I mean? And it can be really considered, hopefully, and it can be real. So all on this body of work, like every single thing, like there's no samples, there's no backbeats. It's like everything's like recorded live, you know. And like, I just think people need something that's real right now, that is like very tangible, like has fidelity that you can like hold on to. And so I guess like what I feel like hopefully we're offering is something real that people can hold on to as well.
Incredible. So given the release of Problems, what more can we expect from you this year and all the years to come?
So we have some more songs to come out, and then release towards the end of the year for the whole EP. And I think, like what James said, something tangible, but also I think one thing that Gramm as a band has always maintained is like relatability, because I think one thing that all of us collectively agreed is that we refuse to be something or someone other than what we are. And we don't want to sell lies, and we don't want to be like, oh yeah, like, you know, big up all the people that are having a good time, but some of us aren't. And we're just like, we're just very like, real. I think Gramm has always been real and raw and
relatable.
To the point, exactly. And I think also like, it's a bar. Do you know what I mean? It's like, we want you to have your feelings and take something away, but also like, I think the beautiful thing about music is that you can expect a lot of honesty. And I feel like the notes and the melody in the music softens what could sometimes be a harsh blow or a harsher message. But we're like, we're going to tell you something real, but we're going to make it a bop so that you can vibe out to your feelings.
I totally agree. I mean, I listen to the song, absolutely love it, and I feel like everyone else will really love it. It's a beautiful record.
Thank
you guys really are one of one. I've never come across a trio, like I said, big up Johnny, a trio like you guys with the sounds that you create and the music you write. So this is really exciting. I'm so glad you guys are back to drop in. The new project is coming. So guys, make sure you listen to Problems by Gramm out on all platforms. We'll catch you. Make sure, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thank you.